Oh, it's absolutely fantastic out here. Now, I've not been sitting out here all the time. We've actually had the builders in, so we've had a new boiler fitted. So, what with this weather and having the workers in, I haven't done much at all. Let me show you what they've done. We used to have a big floating island in the middle of that pond there, and it was sucking all the water out of the pond. So we've actually removed that, or the girls did, and basically the water's now staying in there. It just shows you how much water they were sucking out of the pond. Let's go and have a look at the boiler work. Well, this was the old boiler that's been in the house since, well, time began, I suppose. It's an old Ideal Mexico Super 2 gas boiler. The time clock never used to work on it. Very, very expensive to run. I think it was less than a D rating on the efficiency scale, so it was time to get a new boiler. A lot of work had to go on in the kitchen. As I say, this is the one of the kitchen cupboards there, which we've actually had to take the back out, because what you had behind there was the old circulation pumps and the old flow and return to the boilers, so that was actually cut into. And what they use nowadays, I don't know if you can see that. When I used to work in building maintenance, sure you used to have the copper pipe there, but we used to have to solder on the end caps like that, or actually use mechanical ones that tighten up. But now it's all these plastic push fit units. I'm not too sure about them, to be honest with you, although I take it they use them in new builds now, so they must be pretty efficient. And also we've now got a new wall stack. Now I used to install central heating systems many moons ago. He's left that set right up there. Let's say to about 21 degrees. Now these apparently now, we used to have to run wires to these many years ago, but apparently now these are all wireless, so you just stick them on the wall or fix them onto the wall, and they talk and communicate with the main boiler without any actual wiring in between, sort of thing. They do have a battery in, so you don't need a supply to them, so again, when that lamp apparently flashes rapidly, it's time to change the battery. So again, so much simpler than what it used to be a few years back. Now we've got two kitchens here, so we had to have the new boiler fitted on an outside wall, so we had an old cupboard here, so here we go. It's a brand new, as I say, Worcester boiler, 30 CFI or something, whatever it is. That's just been installed now, as I say, so there's a new time clock for it, and because we haven't got a natural drain at the back of the property, so they put a drain out, a condense line, and it has to come out there, and there we go, straight down. Normally that would run into a drain, but I had to dig a hole, as you can probably see there, and Barney's forever here when you Barney, there was actually a frog in this big hole. That hole what I dug there, I was told to dig it 600mm deep by 1.5 by 1.5 feet, so it's absolutely massive. But that pipe there, as you can see, goes into a little trap down there, and that trap, Barney, he's standing on the concrete, get up Barney, and that trap holds something like a little 2 litre, sort of like the size of a Coke or a fizzy drinks bottle, and it's full up with lime, because apparently the water that comes out of the condense line can be acidic, and as a result of that the lime neutralises it and then it just disperses into the earth. So yeah, that's the installation. We've got loads of loads of work to be done there. As you can see, I've had to take pipe ductings off. We've had to have a new gas supply running in this utility room kitchen basically. So but as I say, they've left the old boiler in situ because it would have meant them having to disturb all these worktops and stuff like that, which I can understand. And as you know, once you disturb something like that, because the tiling was done afterwards, and you'll never get it back the same, so they've just left that in situ. So if and when we ever have a new kitchen, it's literally just a matter of pulling the unit out, because it's all been disconnected from the gas and electric and stuff. So yeah, that's what we've been doing now. So not too much been happening. Let's take you at the front just to show you what we have been working on. Well, you remember the XR3i? It's not an XR3i, what am I talking about? It's an RS2 RS Turbo, 1600 RS Turbo. Well, again, we've just smoothed them off now. We've put a bit of a guide coat on now. They're ready to basically be sanded back. That was the 2 marks on the bonnet there. He's actually in the process now of taking off all the bumpers and skirts off of it, as you can probably see there. So that's what's happening there. All the glass is back in the Mini at the moment, although we still haven't done the other two doors. And I think you see that's not a bad shine. Jimmy's been out. He should be cleaning and polishing this, but it's not too bad anyway. So once it's had its final clean, it'll be okay. He's had a little clean out inside the vehicle, as you can see there. Now we was lucky enough. He did have some old Draylon seats that went in this originally when he got it, but we was lucky enough to get hold of a set of leather and cloth limited edition seats, so we will be fitting them in the near future. So the Mini will obviously, we got to work on the wiring and get the wiring into it, so to speak, and he got the new steering wheel that come with it as well. So mostly it's finishing off touches now. As I say, he's ordered a new set of wheel arches. We decided, or he decided rather, that we weren't going to repair these wheel arches. He's going to put new ones on. So as you can see there, the fixings that go around there are still there, as you can see. All that hopefully it's going to be, well, it will be all covered over. He's going to be selling these wheels. I don't know about you, as I say, but if you've ever driven a Mini with wide wheels on the front like that, and a very, very small steering wheel, this was absolutely horrendous to park because how heavy the steering was. But the steering wheel which he's got coming for, as I say, is a bigger diameter, so, and he's after getting a slightly narrower wheel, as I gather. So I'm not too sure what ones he's got his eyes on at the moment, but obviously he knows about that. Sharon's been growing her tomatoes out here. As I say, we're going to be doing a lot more in the garden in the coming year. As I say, these have just literally gone absolutely wild out here at the moment. But he's out here again, Barney, look. They've gone absolutely wild out here. We haven't got any, oh yes we have. Oh, just see a couple. Look, there's a couple of tomatoes just coming through there now, look. I didn't even notice them. So yes, they're on their way. She's keeping them well watered. We probably should have pruned these back a lot more than what they have, as I say, but because we've been very, very busy, they've actually literally just gone wild. So expecting quite a good crop of tomatoes there. And I don't know if any of you remember, but at the beginning of the season, or the start of this year for example, I had big plans to get this area all cultivated back and then start to install a polytunnel along there. Well, I got to the stage of actually cutting it all back at one stage, but within the space of about 3 weeks to a month, it's literally grown back again. So this is another area and another project which will be coming in the near future. As you say, we've done a bit of cutting back around the pond area, and it's just a matter of getting the time to do these things. We've had a lot going on at the moment, as I say, and plus we've been sitting out in the sun there, as you can probably see, so we've had a few barbecues out of here this year. And there's still plenty of lawnmowers to do, as you can probably see there. This is Gary's lawnmower projects, basically. So, and again, this area around the back here, which is totally overgrown, Sharon's doing the hoovering. All this here wants totally clearing out as well, and we'll hope to be able to grow some, put some raised beds or something, and actually use this as a growing area as well for pots and stuff like that. So, you know, we've got loads we really want to do. It's just a matter of organising the time and actually filming it so that you can all enjoy the journey which we're going to be going on. And we're going to be doing this all ourselves, as you know, so any comments or ideas for what we should possibly do or use, please feel free to leave comments underneath, and also please feel free to subscribe to the channel. And once we start actually growing some stuff, we'd hope to share with you our own recipes as to actually growing your own stuff and cooking it in your own kitchen. So keep tuned for future episodes, and we'll see you in the near future. Thanks very much, and see you soon.